All right, guys, it's a special edition of Mic'd Up. It's a quick one. I've got Colum from Cork in the house, and we are going to talk about free agency. We're going to grade it. We're going to give it just a little bit of a grade. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who this gentleman is, this is Colum from Cork. He is from Dublin, Ireland. He runs the show with his buddy Stuart Roche at the Dublin to Denver podcast. Colum, how are you, sir? My good friend, you just got back from walking your dog Sheriff, I take it. You feeling good today?
Indeed, it is bank holiday weekend here, Mike. We are on the cusp of St. Patrick's Day. So I am enjoying that very much. It was a beautiful blue-skied, sunny day. And I think it's been a pretty solid week in Broncos country. So looking forward to getting into it with you now.
I think you are right. I think that Broncos country is excited. And if they're not, they should be. And they haven't been paying attention if they're not. Here's what we're going to do, Colum. We're going to take about 10 minutes and we're going to run through this list. We're going to go through the adds and subtracts and let's give them, we know we can't grade, for a couple of years. We don't know what we got, but we know the moves we made and we know how much we like them. And we're going to go 1 to 10 on each one. All right. At least the big ones. Let's do that. And right out the gate, I'll keep score. We'll see who's more optimistic than who, and knowing Colum, it might be me, but you never know. Let's start.
I think that's pretty safe.
That's fair. That's fair, right? All right, let's start with let's welcome in what we got? We got Jay, holy cow, Saturday edition. Broncos country is spoiled. Let's go. Mohammed, greetings, gentlemen. Well, greetings to you, Mr. Bowder. It's wonderful to see you guys here. We're excited to be here, man. This is like a special day here at the Carmelini Ranch. All right. So let's do this. Let's get the scoreboard. Let's talk about Kawabanga Hufanga, my main man. Signed a 3-year contract, hard-hitting safety. I'm going to let you go first. I'm going to let you set yourself up here. Give me a 1 to 10, and just a brief reason. Give me a 1 to 10 on what you think of this young man here coming in.
I'm a big fan of this. I think this is a real kind of tone setter. I don't know, Mike, and if viewers got to see Justin Simmons talk during the week about, he told a great Talib story he was on with Benny Fowler and about setting the tone. And Talib is one of those players who came across from Absolutely. The Patriots and I think really helped to set the tone. And I think Hufanga is that sort of player. And we needed. He's nasty smart or smart nasty, whatever way you want to put it. Right. And I think he has the potential to be really, really good addition. One asterisk, those injuries. I worry those are the types of injuries that can haunt you at that position. And for that reason, this would be a 9 out of 10 for me. But for that reason, look, I'm going to be optimistic. I'm still going to give it a 7.
Oh, a 7. I had a guess. I had it at 6. So you're doing good. You must be in a good mood. All right. Well, anybody that watches Mic'd Up knows that I'm giving it an 8. I almost gave it a 9, but yeah, I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to keep it real here today. Let's switch this way. Let's go to a loss. Zach Wilson, quarterback, goes to Miami. Great situation for Zach. Love Zach here. But good for the Broncos, I think, because I think I said it when you were on. I've said it several times. I always thought that Stiddy was coming back and that he was maybe not the better quarterback, but the better backup. So I'm going to give this move as a loss. So I'm going to subtract 4. I'm taking 4 points off for losing Zach Wilson. It's just below the part where I would care. I start caring at 5. We lost him. I'll miss him, but it's not a big loss for us. So I'm deducting 4 points from the Broncos for sending Zach Wilson away. What do you say, Colum?
I'm a little bit surprised that you're even giving it 4.
Yeah.
Outside of his magnificent hair, I'm not entirely sure what Zach Wilson brought to Dove Valley or
Potential.
to the sure. And potential. We all the best thing to do with potential is leave it alone. You only mess it up when you start trying to use it. And for that reason, I this does not move the sticks in any way or shape or form
So
for me.
0, no change is what you're saying.
No.
You're not going to give it a
than
positive.
those,
You're not going to give it a positive point. are
no,
you? Okay.
it's not a positive. It's not a positive.
All right.
I mean, like, I mean, Greg Dulcich had even nicer locks, and he's gone. So no, it doesn't matter to me.
And worse
It's Sean
hamstrings.
Payton. It's
Yeah.
Sean Payton.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to turn on one of my buttons here because that was a good take. I wasn't planning on using those today, but I think my listeners would be disappointed if they didn't hear. Let's go. All right. Let's do one more loss. Tremont Smith, special teamer, goes to Houston. Kind of saw that one coming. Colum, that's a loss, right? That's a little stinger. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it is that one definitely. I get it. I mean that's it's the type of year where guys who have kind of made a little bit of a name for themselves want to take the opportunity elsewhere. I certainly hope it works out for him. They got a pretty good setup, it would seem, there in Houston, and it looks like they are kind of maybe resetting the culture with what they've done on the line mics. So that will, obviously he's not going to play in that position, but it's interesting to see what they are doing there. It is a little bit of a stinger because special teams with the Broncos making a change at special teams coordinator as well. I'm gonna give that a 5.
So it hurts 5.
Yeah, it hurts 5.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I am gonna absolutely agree with you. I give it a -5 as well. And just so that you guys can see what we've got going here, here's where we're at. All right, it's early in the game. Okay, don't freak out. We're only at a 2 and a -1. The Broncos are losing free agency right now.
Signs of the apocalypse. My goodness.
It is coming. All right. Don't worry. I kind of went through this exercise in my head. Let's make up some ground here. Dre Greenlaw. Let's go. Linebacker, big hitter, another injury concern, but I'll go first on this one. I absolutely love this pickup right here. I know he's got the Achilles from a full season ago, right? So that was from the Super Bowl. Do I have that right? I'm giving this one a 9. Absolutely love it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Back in the red, as they say. This guy's the middle of the field for us. The safety, the way that they just took the middle of that field and said, we got to fix this. I think this is a huge, huge signing for us, and I'm super psyched about it. And I'm going to give myself a little bell. Colin, what do you think? How many are you giving Mr. Greenlaw, the firm of Greenlaw and Greenlaw?
I am very excited about this because I've been watching the Denver Broncos for a long time, and I would say that in my time watching the Broncos, even in the good years, and there have been many good years, but even in those good years, we struggled against tight ends. My goodness, did we struggle against them? Greenlaw is the type of guy who, when he's on the field, impacts massively and has a ability to when he hits you, you stay hit. And there is an Irish blessing that says, "May the strength of 3 be in your journey," which is of course it has a th word in it because it's an Irish blessing, and I think he brings that to the center of the field. I have less injury concerns. You may as well note it down now because we'll inevitably come back to this when he goes down. But man,
don't make me knock. Don't say that.
I have
Don't say
fewer
that.
injury concerns than I do with Ufanga, and for that reason, I'm going to give the Greenlaw signing an 8.
Let's go. All right. We're back, guys. The Broncos are back. All right. Good call. I like that. Thanks for everybody watching. I can't believe 90 people are watching this right now. Okay. That's cool. Trent Shearfield. All right. Special teamer. We know why he's here. He's going to be our new gunner, right? So we lost 5 for Tremont's. We got this one back. I'm gonna give this signing a 2. I'm glad he's here. We needed it, but it doesn't move the needle for me. I don't know anything about him. He's a gunner. There's one highlight of him making a great tackle. Let's hope he's a dog. What do you know about him, Colum? Anything?
What I really like about this is the contract, because the Broncos have essentially, and this is lessons learned. Kudos to the Broncos in learning lessons about contracts in free agency, and the Wiseman knows what he doesn't know, but he knows he likes the contract. But at the same time, we gotta wait and see. I'm gonna give it 3, Mike.
Oh, a 3. You are absolutely. I thought that I was the optimistic one in the group. You got me. You're 3 points up on me right
there's
here.
There's still time.
Well, because here comes my guy. Now let's do a deduct before we do my guy here. All right, Cody Barton. This is an interesting one. Colum, you go first. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on the loss of Cody Barton. I have the sneaky suspicion that I'm going to give it more of a loss than you.
I think you probably,
if it's a positive number, I would have.
Look, Cody Barton is a guy who took advantages of situations when they fell his way. But the
something to be said about making a play when it's there for you. If that's what you mean.
Yeah. Like okay. When it that was the thing. But for me, I suppose, the best way to go about fixing the future is to create it. And he is a player who struggled. Right. When we faced elite talent, he struggled. And at times he might make a big play and then he'd get caught napping. And so I wish him well. But I didn't want to see him come back, and I get it. There are some nice moments to look back on, some highlights. He had a couple of really great moments in some games, the pick 6 and some big tackles. But I think he had served his time in Denver, and it was time to move on. In terms of a deduction, it's a 2.
I agree with you. And I'm not sure if that's as much about Cody Barton as it is about Dre Greenlaw. It just doesn't matter. Once the moment Greenlaw signed, it didn't matter. What does matter is who's going to be lining up next to him. But we're not getting that today because we don't have time. But that's an interesting conversation. Singleton and everything that's going on there. All right, let's get some positive momentum going here. Evan Ingram. Woo! The ace, or as everybody in the world has been calling it for the last 4 months, the Joker. I'm giving this move. Guess how many I'm giving it right now?
I think you are very excited about this one, Mike.
Out of 10, I'm giving it a 10. Let's go. That's my new favorite player on the team. Not really, but he's top 5, man. I'll tell you what, we haven't seen anything like this guy in a long time. If you have a moment, Broncos country, and you haven't done so, get out there and watch. just the highlights. We haven't had anybody that could do anything like this in so long that it's just crazy. And I'm talking wide receivers too. I mean, this is a game changer. If Bo Nix can find a way to start, and he will with that guy, he's gonna start looking to tight end. Sean's gonna get him looking at tight. This offense is gonna be changed. We're running back away. Colum, what are you giving this move?
Beautiful thing.
If it's not at least an 8, just so you know, I'm kicking you off the show. No pressure.
The beautiful thing about friendship, Mike, and the beautiful thing about fandom is that people can have differences of opinions, and they still, care about each other.
We're still gonna love each other.
Want to get pints together, and they still, have debates. I look. In and of itself, I think the move for Evan Ingram is good to fine. Okay, a trout in the pot is better than a salmon in the sea. My concern, and Evan Ingram posting on Twitter, the Joker meme, good fun.
He's a Bronco.
Putting a target on your back, maybe a little bit.
Colum, just wrap your arms around him and embrace him. Embrace him.
Look, given what we had 188 yards was our top tight end receiver last year. I am happy about that. I just don't think that he is the Joker in the mold that Sean Payton meant. I think you can only work with what you can get, right?
Right.
This is not the Premier League. You're not equally. You're not Real Madrid. You can't go out and just buy players. You can't go, oh, we need a tight end, we're going to do this. Especially with the Broncos, what we've given up in the past. So I am happy that Evan Ingram is here. I just don't think he moves the needle in the way that a Shockey or a Jimmy Graham, and that is because of his size.
Oh yeah, let's pick two of the greatest tight ends of all time.
That's all I'm saying. People have been. That's what's crazy making for me.
I don't.
I am saying I think Evan Ingram will be a fine addition. I think
give me a 7.
He absolutely changed. Yeah, I would say 7. I hope it'll be more. I just have a little bit of caution, but I do think he is a fine addition. I think he is better than anything we've had at tight end in 5 years.
Fair enough. All right, I'll give you that. Yes, we can disagree, especially when you're wrong and I'm right, and it's my show. All right, but look at this though, right? With the same number of players, we're generally in agreement overall of the improvement of the team. Let's do a takeaway. Javonte. Now, I don't need to ask you this, but I do want the people to. You don't need to nuke anybody from space. I know that this move is probably a positive free agency move for you, if not a 0 deduct, because you were ready to move on from Javonte Williams, if I remember correctly from episode 1 of Mic'd Up. Now, I am going to deduct 1 point, and let me explain. I love Pookie when pre-entry, and I'm sure you did as well, but he was ineffective as a running back, as was the rest of the room. But he could pass pro. And as of today, we don't have anybody that's really known for their pass protection. And if we go into the draft and draft a rookie running back or two, Omarion Hampton at 20 maybe, who's a big guy, maybe he can pass pro, but until somebody proves otherwise, I'm saying that it did hurt a little bit that he left. I'm going to deduct 1 point from my score for Javonte. Colum, what do you say?
I wish Javonte well. He has gone to a franchise that absolutely loves running backs. He's got an owner that loves running backs, and I hope it works. But if all you can do is pass protection, we may as well stand Matt Pert in front of Bo Nix, because that's what Javonte had become. So I'm going to say 0.
It doesn't move the needle.
I wish him well, but he didn't need to be here.
Yeah, there aren't any. Sean's already gone through all the Randy Gregory's and all that. We're not getting rid of the trash now that we're happy to get rid of. People that say that, of course they can fan however they want, but once you're a Bronco, to me, if you're out there trying and doing your thing, I'm always going to wish you well. Like, Zach Wilson's another one. I wish him well. I wish Cody Barton well. I probably will never think of him again after this show, to be honest with you, but I wish him well. But Pookie, yeah, I'm going to watch him. I hope he has a 150-yard game down there and is a hero for the Cowboys, as long as they're not playing us. All right. We are cooking along. We're doing great. Let's run it down real quick here. Quick shots. Riley Dixon, what do you got? Give me some points.
Yeah, I'm sad to see Riley go. I thought he had done a reasonably good job. I know he didn't set the world on fire, but I think he had been, he had been solid in. It's an area the Broncos have struggled with in recent times. I'm going to say that is certainly a 4, Mike.
A deduct. That hurts. That hurts 4.
Yeah, it does because I thought he had we'd finally kind of settled in after a whole lot of uncertainty at the position over the last few years.
I went the same way. It's 14-13. You're still more optimistic than me for a minute. All right, these we're just going to do all in one because I don't know if any of these guys are coming back. So I hadn't really spent enough time to think about it. And guys, if you know in the chat anybody's coming back. And by the way, the 156 of you that are watching on here and however many are watching on Twitter, if you're watching on Twitter, get your butt over here and get in these comments because that would be helpful. And then if you guys are watching over there, come in, like, and subscribe, please. We're going to be at 500 subscriptions. There's 150 watch. We're going to be at 100. We're going to be at 500 subscriptions by subs by subscribers by the end of the day. We're like 20 away. So get in here.
You thoroughly deserve those, Mike.
Oh, stop. No, come on. All right. You're right. No, it's my producers and my writers and oh, never mind. I'm in here by myself. All right, let's figure this. Let's just do this though. Burton Bailey, Lil Jordan Humphrey, Zach Cunningham. If that whole package does not come back, how far does that move the needle for? Oh, I just got a new subscriber. There we go. 480. Come on, 20 more guys. Let's go. Colum, what do you say?
You can do it.
Let's go.
Well, from the last I heard was Humphrey. There was talk that he was looking to gain weight to potentially come back in the tight end room. None of those.
The draft will have something to say about that, probably. So
yeah, I think so. To be honest, I'd be happy enough to take undrafted free agents on all those guys. Get younger.
Yeah, I have nothing. Nothing moves for me. That's it for D-Ducks. All right, let's build our team back up now. It's like Boy Scout camp or football camp or the Army. They beat the crap out of you, then they build you back up. We brought Jared Stidham back as our backup. I am giving that a 7. I thought it was a great move. I thought between Bo and he and I'm sorry, what's our young quarterbacks coach? I'm drawing a blank right now.
Davis Webb.
So those 3 are going to be like best buddies. They're going to talk football. They're going to be fired up. And Jared Stidham is not going to try and steal his job or backstab him in the middle of the season or cry about anything. I think it's a great move. I think it was huge for the team, and I'm super psyched about it. So, yeah. What do you think, Colum? That's a positive, right?
Yeah, no, it is a positive. They clearly get on well. I don't know if you saw Stidham's interview during the week. He talked about how they went on holiday together. They're in contact all the time. It's a tight knit group. I think they work well with Davis Webb. And good for Jared Stidham on getting pretty solid money because Taylor Heinicke got in and around similar money, but I think Taylor Heinicke has more talent as a QB. I think Jared Stidham brings more to the room.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm going to go. With a 6 on that. I would concern if Bo goes down, but Bo appears to be pretty resilient, and I think having Stidham and that support around Bo is really important.
Yeah, agree. And Bo goes down. I mean, any starting quarterback goes down. It's pretty rare that you're like, oh, that's okay. We have so-and-so. It's going to be great. Mitchell Frabroni. This was Fraboni. This was like our splash free agent signing, re-signing. I think I got a huge contract. So I immediately started training again. I've got some eligibility left. I'm working on my long snapping. I think I've got a future. I like the fact that that I never gave a thought about our long snapper. Like I don't remember any bad snaps, maybe one or two bad plays. Maybe it was part of that Chiefs block. I don't know. I don't think he was. I'm saying this move is a good move. I don't care what they paid him, and I'm going to give it 5. Only because if they'd have replaced him with another one who was supposed to be good, I would have been like, fine. So he's a long snapper. Let's not give too much about it. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting position in that what's actually involved, and I don't think most fans are aware of the technical side of it. I think he has been fine. I don't think this. It's it's not like we re-signed the best in the business. Equally, it's not like we've signed somebody and we're all going, oh my god, do you remember all the botch that executions last year? 5.
Yeah, 5. It's an average move. DJ Jones, that's an interesting one. I thought it was good to bring DJ to keep the band together. I think we still need someone there that can really command some double teams and take up some space, but nobody else there. He's a fit. Signed a 3-year contract. Okay, good for him. I'm going to give it a 6. What do you got?
Yeah, I think there's a lot to like about DJ Jones. But at the say, I mean, and I think it was about 13 million a year it came out at. I probably think that's a tiny bit higher than I would really have liked. I would like not that it makes that much difference. I probably would have liked to see him just at the kind of average at 11. It's but really that's much for muchness. I do think we need to get some youth in there though.
Yeah.
But I'm happy enough to have him back. For me, it's probably a 6.
You're just copying me at this point. All right, let's run them down. Stop me when it means something to you. Matt Pert. Oh, Justin Strnad.
I'm happy.
I'm happy
Matt
he's here.
Back.
Let's give a 5. That's an average. That's a good signing. What do you give it?
I'm going to give it 6.
I'm up against the wall. 6. Oh my god!
Yeah,
I'm getting my ass kicked here. Justin Strnad. Anything there?
I thought he really struggled last year. I think it's a big year for him to see if he can really take the step up. So I have a 4.
Oh, you give it 4? Second thoughts? 4?
4.
I gave it 5. Jaquan McMillan.
Splash plays couple of years ago, fewer splash plays last year. Again, I think it's a big year. He kind of had that moment a few years ago where it was, do you remember Lynn Saturday in the NBA? He had that where Mina Kimes and various people were talking about him, but last year he was quiet. I think it's keeping the CB room together is good. So let's give it a 6. But I wouldn't be at all adverse to them bringing additional talent in there to really push those guys, because I think they really struggled against the Bills.
All right, Lucas Krull, best player on the team. DeAndre Tillman, I like that one. Glad he's back. I'm gonna go. I think this might be a bigger signing than maybe some people. Some people might be sleeping on this. I'm giving this one an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do you get for Tillman?
Tillman, I like it. I'm not going to go as high as you though, but I think it's above average. I'm going to go 6.
I am now winning the game. Actually, that's not how this works. All right. I'm just used to somebody winning the game, as you guys know. All right. Jordan Jackson. Yeah, whatever. It's a fine. Doesn't move anything for me. I'm going to give it a 5 because it's just an average signing. It's fine. He's back. What do you say, Colum? Am I missing
Yeah,
something here?
I mean, no, I really feel like on the, while I'm happy to have TJ Jones back, I think people underestimate and do not realize how big an impact Jalen Carter had in that Super Bowl. Yes, he didn't end up with the sacks himself, but he was it. I can't believe that it hasn't gotten more talk. That he absolutely ripped them apart. We have, and Zach Allen's been really, really good, but you
Okay.
absolutely need somebody nasty. Having somebody there is good, but bring others in. Yeah, it's a 5.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Key, anything on that?
It doesn't move the needle one
Doesn't
way or
move
the
the
other
needle
for
for me either. All right. Well, I think that that about does it. First of all, let's make sure everybody knows who Colum is. The Dublin to Denver podcast is absolutely one of my favorite shows. Most podcasts are very, very similar. What did